Today on Teuty's track analysis, we have the track of the day for March 10th, Fsn't by EntryLag and Xefas. Fsn't is a speed tech track that is made from primarily road, however there is one sausage block on the track, as well as water in front of the finish. It also contains one special block, which is turbo boost immediately at the start. Some additional information on the track include a GPS, a single finish, there are some speed checks, but there are alternate paths or safety nets if you do not have the appropriate speed. I felt the track was more difficult than an average track, rating it a 7 out of 10. I completed the track with a time of 50.701. This is 3 seconds ahead of the gold medal time and 0.7 behind the author medal time. Overall, I found the track to be quite enjoyable, and on the plus and minus rating scale, I would give it a plus. For today's analysis, we are using the current world record Ghost, driven by Loco G's. They had a time of 48.881, and this is 1.82 ahead of my personal best. At the start here, not a ton to say, really just taking the best inside lines you possibly can. Setting up for the first drift here, you want to be pretty wide and starting your drift about where this second arrow is. For my personal best lap, I overdrifted this one a little bit, and that'll cost me some time. Make sure on the downhill here, you try to stop your sliding as quick as possible. And for this jump here, you want to be right about in the middle of this section and jumping a little bit to the right of the tree. Of course, there are a lot of factors that go into this jump. Really, this is just a general location you should try to aim for. Moving on from this jump to the next one, not the widest of margins to make this, so make sure you're kind of just jumping straight down the center. Start turning here towards the left, that should make you slide, and to get tighter around the corner, you will need to perform a couple of brake taps. Here, unfortunately, my entry line was a little bit off and I end up on a pretty wide line here. After this turn and the drop down, you want to remain on an inside line around this right hand turn. You want to continue holding that right hand turn into this jump here, so when you land you start sliding. And this is really for you to determine based on your line. You will most likely need to perform some brake taps here to get a tighter line around the upcoming corner. Continuing on here, we'll have yet another jump, which you want to remain on a right side line for the sausage piece, and then basically want a straight jump across here. Right here, you can see my car is pointing a little bit to the left, so this will result in some extra airtime compared to the low line the world record got. If you're like me, once you land, you will probably have some sliding going on, so try to straighten out your car as quickly as possible. For the next section here, you want to start your drift pretty early. Here I am starting it later than the world record just due to having lower speed during this section. This drift will get you around this upcoming tree though. Once you feel like you can safely get around this tree and the subsequent corner, you can release the brake and take the rest pretty much full speed, though it can be a bit challenging and you can very easily go up too high to the right. For the upcoming speed check here, it can be a fair bit challenging to make this jump. Most of the time I would get a small hop because I could not gather enough speed. The section after the jump here, you can take full speed. After that is a section I really just could not figure out. Here, obviously, I'm on an inside line while the world record is further outside, more towards the middle. Really, this drift in general, I just could not really figure out what the heck I was meant to do, and I lost a pretty significant chunk of time just on this very last section. Needless to say, obviously the outside line is much better. You have to perform a much smaller drift and you can start accelerating way quicker, while my line here, I had to go very tight around the corner and accelerate extremely late. I tried this outside line plenty of times, but this corner is mostly blind until you're already done with the drift, so I always found myself hitting the upper left-hand wall. But anyway, continuing on with this section, at least try to stay above this black piece when entering. Otherwise, as you can see, the black piece has an edge on it. I hit this plenty of times. Not sure why they decided to leave that in there like that, but it was fairly annoying anytime I hit that. And that's pretty much it for the track. Just make your left-hand turn and bounce to the finish. Final thoughts, really just enjoyed the track a lot today. I generally like speed tech tracks. They are pretty fun. If you can find the correct lines and overall keep the speed, they are very enjoyable. Hope you enjoyed today's analysis as well. If you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe. Check the description for links to my Twitch and Discord if you are interested in those, and be sure to check out all the other track analysis videos already out on the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Monday for the next one.